Oh, well caught. Well caught. That was a sharp catch. So Holmes has picked up another one. And the ploy of having both of them take him hasn't worked. And it's the 9th wicket down. And that's the way it stayed so far as wickets were concerned. But they did add another 2 runs in the 1.5 overs bowled from that point up to the close of play. Incidentally, David Boone, who was struck by Robin Smith at short leg, is okay. He had to leave the field, and they thought he might have had a little bit of concussion, but he's absolutely fine. Robin Smith, a marvellous innings of 101. The latter order played well, but disaster up the top for England in that 246 for 9. The bowling, Terry Alderman dominating it again with 5 for 69. Jeff Lawson bowled well, 2 for 57, and Trevor Holmes 2 for 39. So at the close of play on the 3rd day of this Cornhill Test match, Australia 602 for 6, England 246 for 9, 356 behind, and they need another 157 to avoid the follow-on. Well, I thought today, I was watching a replay of Old Trafford a couple of weeks ago. Robin Smith made 143 up there and dominated proceedings. He did the same here today. It was absolutely magnificent performance. 2 days to go in the 5th Cornhill Test match at Trent Bridge. Welcome to the highlights of the 4th day's play. It began with England's scorecard showing 246 for 9. The not-out batsman Nick Cook on 1, Devon Malcolm on the same score. 246 for 9, and the match situation was that England were 356 runs behind and a long, long way to go before they could save the follow-on, just the 1 wicket in hand. There were 9 runs added when those 2 batsmen came out, including a magnificent 6 by Devon Malcolm. He hit Trevor Holmes way over Dean Jones' head at long on, 7 or 8 seats back in the bleachers. He was out for 9. Nick Cook remained 2 not out, 255 the total. And the bowling figures for Australia, well, Hughes picked up the last one there of Devon Malcolm. That gave him 1 for 40. And the others, Alderman 5 for 69, Lawson 2 for 57, and Holmes suffered at the hands of Malcolm, but still finished with 2 for 48. Well, a change in the situation as regards the match, 347 runs behind England. The follow-on was, of course, enforced. Alan Border taking every opportunity to press home the advantage here. And there's a change at the top of the England batting order. David Gower, the captain, came out to open with Tim Curtis. The reasons given were that Ian Botham wasn't going to bat, and therefore they wanted Martin Moxon to go down in the middle of the order to provide some solidity there. And I suspect also there was the right-hand, left-hand combination at the top that would have had some bearing on it. So England now starting their 2nd innings and deep in trouble. Here's Alderman, first ball of the 2nd innings to Gower. And there's 4.
Terry Alderman will be slightly disappointed with this, a little bit full, but it did swing, and David Gower will be very, very relieved to get such a nice delivery early in his innings and beautifully put away. Look at that bat there, the face of the bat really facing the ball.
Goodness me. Well, if you go out there with the idea in your mind that the guy can't bowl an away swinger, which is an in-swinger to the left-hander, you can get yourself into trouble. The idea was good from Gower that he should go in first, but the application was knocked over by Geoffrey Lawson with what looked to me to be a pretty good delivery. Now then, Atherton playing in his 2nd Test match innings. That, I can tell you, is a great relief. There's 4 more. Handsome stroke from Tim Curtis.
Terry Alderman here, just a little bit of swing, but for him, just a little bit of full length. But Curtis there, using the restricted follow through, and the bat there, following the line of the ball.
It's a very lonely exercise, batting with a field like that. You look around and you see 3 slips, a gully, silly mid-off, forward short leg. Just up the other end of the pitch, 1 friendly face. Oh, that's close again, and he's given in. And Curtis, either for the 3rd or 4th time in his Test career, goes LBW pushing forward. We'll see whether it was round the front leg or not, but this is the technique that has got him into so much trouble.
So he didn't really get fully forward, Curtis, going back slightly to start with, and you can see that front leg doesn't really go into the shot there. The knee hasn't bent, didn't really go through with it, and you can there just see the back, in fact, is going slightly across. That is because the legs got moved slightly early on the wrong line, and the back can't come down on the line of the ball. It has to go across then, and it's been a problem for Tim Curtis throughout his Test career, and nobody's going to exploit that more than Terry Alderman.
That's a good shot. Nicely released there from Atherton. There's 4 runs. That'll do him a power good.
Yes, Lawson just giving him a little bit of room here. Getting off the back foot, right under the toes, and cracking that away square on the offside.
Beautiful shot. Stretches out, opens the face of the bat, and directs the ball right through extra cover. But of course he knows there's no fielder.
This delivery fractionally fuller, an exact copy of the shot before, but this time the ball going away for 4. Quite often we say if the batsman misses it, oh, what a risky shot, as we did the ball before, but this time hit with great power through the covers.
There's now a change of bowling from the City end. MERV Hughes is taking over from Alderman.
No one actually saw that, I don't think. It was a terrible clunk as the bat hit the ball, and the strength of Bobby Smith's forearms and his shoulders. Just look at the energy he put into this. Straight this time. Pointless chasing it. When Robin Smith hits the ball, as they say, it stays hit.
Great power again, but it's interesting just to see where he's actually aiming this hit. To me, possibly, he looks as if he was trying to hit it through mid-off. The ball just coming in a little bit, and the face of the bat just closing there, and the ball going away very quickly through mid-on.
And that's a good shot. It's gone out square. He probably aimed a bit straighter, but that's the way the ball does go when you open the face. And that will be a welcome 4 runs to Mike Atherton.
Watch the face of the bat in this shot. The ball reasonably wide of off stump, but they're probably looking to drive towards cover, and the face of the bat just turning, and the ball going very, very square on the offside. Terry Alderman is going to come on from the pavilion end, and it would be quite interesting to see, because he'll be trying to swing the ball out now against the breeze coming across the ground, which will be really pushing the ball into the right-handed batsman, and Terry Alderman with his outswing, he'll be trying to make it go out.
50-50 partnership. It's been a good positive stand. That'll be 4 off something. In fact, it was the bat.
Yeah, I felt it went off the bat because it went so quickly down to fine leg. If it goes along off the pad, then usually it goes a little bit slower than that. That really sped away down to fine leg. It's a fault there, really, by Robin Smith, how he falls over a little bit, and surprisingly, they've not had a leg slip in there. That's one area I would have thought that you would have wanted to attack Robin Smith, on that leg stump.
Oh, he's bowled him, leg stump. End of Robin Smith, bowled by Merv Hughes for 26 and England 67 for 3. A great morning for Merv Hughes. He wrapped up the England innings. Wicket of Devon Malcolm, and the slightly more illustrious one of Robin Smith. You see this one angling in, just hitting the base of middle stump, in fact, and then ricocheting onto the leg stump and knocking it out. And Australia have gone a long, long way towards wrapping this match up today with those 3 wickets. Another couple of overs or so before lunch. Wickets early for Alderman and Lawson, 1 each. And there they are. And then Merv Hughes following in with the one which delighted him and Australia, that of Robin Smith. Another big shot. Now they're appealing for everything. LBW to start with, then saw that Gully had picked it up, so let's have one for him.
Well, there have been so many pad bats and bat pads that I suppose you're entitled to shout for everything. But again, it was very, very straight.
Always a chance of a 4 through that gap between Slip and Gully. Fielders are up in attacking positions.
Watch the height of this delivery. Martin Moxon getting back to play quite high there, and in fact the ball keeping quite low, and does very well to keep his bat straight as he brings it down on the line of the ball.
Merv was just coming down to say, are you okay?
Interesting here just to see where the ball in fact does strike, and yes, it does strike on the cheek guard there, so very fortunate. You see the perspex guard there on the side of the helmet. That's where the ball struck.
Rarely ends wicketless, Hughes, and done a tremendous job for Border in this series. Atherton a 1-2 here. That's the England 100.
So the horns are going to come on now from that Ratcliffe Road end, city end.
Oh, that's well bowled. That's a lovely delivery. Spin there for him.
Yes, and it was a slightly quicker delivery as well. That was the main thing. That drifted a little bit and really turned. Pitching leg stump and beating off stump, and Moxon left high and dry there. But that was a good delivery.
Beautifully bowled. Oh, gracious me. That's why Alderman has been kept on. Martin Moxon bowled for 18. England 106 for 4. Great piece of bowling by Terry Alderman.
Well, it did keep going straight on, but that also kept very low, and I think it was the height of the bounce that probably beat Moxon. In fact, that's very low. It's a few inches at the stumps, no more than that, and I think it was certainly the lack of bounce more than anything that deceived Moxon there.
Well, there's only been about one occasion in this Test series when Jack Russell's walked to the wicket with England in a relatively comfortable position. I suppose that was in the first one at Headingley when Alan Lamb got 100.
Oh dear, the off stump is back, and England are 114 for 5. It's a rare failure by Jack Russell.
I think again we should look for the height of this delivery, but the ball pitching outside off stump, but my word, no, it was a very good delivery, pitching outside leg stump probably, and seaming away, just striking the outside of the off stump there. So it was a very fine delivery, and I suppose all Jack Russell could think there is, should I just been a little bit further forward.
Bit of a thick edge about that, but it was the right shot, and it went down, and it's 4 runs.
Trevor Holmes has bowled very accurately in this spell, but this time dropping just a little bit short, but Mike Atherton there trying to hit it square on the offside, getting a thick edge, and the ball going down to square third man for 4.
Oh, if that's out, that's a superb catch, and yes it is, and Mike Atherton turns and walks. The end of a brave innings, no question of that, but that was a sensational catch. And Australia know it.
Trevor Holmes really has had a good series coming into this side. He's shown what a good batsman he is, what a good bowler, and here, what a very fine fielder. Taking an excellent catch there, driving away low to his left.
The new batsman is Angus Fraser. Non-striking, it's Eddie Hemmings with the strike, and Jeff Lawson with the ball. One hit by Eddie Hemmings over long off, went to third man. Everyone claims it. Steve Waugh claims he caught it. Eddie Hemmings stays there and waits around. Now Australia will have to appeal to one of the umpires. Will appeal to the bowler's end first. Nigel Plews could consult David Shepherd, and they said you must appeal to the umpire who is straight.
Just look very closely here to the third slip to see whether the ball does carry. So Eddie Hemmings coming forward, getting a thick outside edge here. And as you can see, the ball travelling to Steve Waugh. Does he get his hands under the ball? My word, it's very, very difficult just to see on replay.
Well, Steve Waugh thought he caught it. Round 1 to Eddie Hemmings. Ten runs off that over, and Jeff Lawson will feel aggrieved. Angus Fraser has won, 134 for 6. Oh, well bowled, that's the flipper. It often looks a bit on the short side, and then it hurries through and completely deceived Angus Fraser.
Trevor Holmes has done very well in this match, and this delivery keeping, as you can see, a little bit low, but if it was the top spinner, that would be very good bowling. The new batsman, Nick Cook.
is Jeff Lawson. He wants Eddie Hemmings badly.
Well, Hemmings getting a terrible tangle here, completely square on, the right leg right round. In fact, he got, I think, so far round that possibly the ball was just going outside off stump.
Well, Ward's not amused even now. Well, it's a good shot. Picked the line and length of that pretty quickly.
Yes, the old quicker one, the slight flipper and a little bit short, but it gave Cook a little bit of room there. That was the important thing. Just 5 minutes to go to tea.
That might be 4. Long chase. It is.
Again, just the angle bat, and away it goes through the gully area.
No ball, and 4 more. Hemmings is 4th 4. Trying for the Yorker, but long half volley, and there's another one.
Well, it's a good contest out there now. And he's decided that if Lawson gets anywhere in the air for hitting, he's going to be hit.
That's Ian Healy behind the stumps. The ball hopped up there. Now, sometimes that can be serious. The ball wide down the leg side into that rough area, you see, where the bowlers have been going through. So difficult to predict the height of the bounce. Now, where did that hit him? On the chin, side of the face. And Ian Healy's coming off. Oh, he looks all right. I'm sure in himself he's feeling reasonably well, but it's a question of staunching the flow of blood from that cut on the chin.
Tom Moody fielding for Healy and Mark Taylor taking over wicket.
Mark Taylor gets all the runs, and now he has to keep wickets as well.
There's a little gamble from Alan Border. The light is not good, but he's bringing Merv Hughes on from the pavilion end. LBW Hemmings. Hughes picks him up, whereas Lawson couldn't. Umpire Clues is the man giving him out. It's 160 for 8. Now, I reckon that's a great match for Eddie Hemmings with the bat. Second top scorer in the first innings. And in this innings, he is also second top scorer with 35. Good-hearted cricketer.
Dismissal again. The ball just angling in from Merv Hughes, pitching roundabout off stump. Just continue on the line.
Hones to Malcolm. He's picked the bowsy. Well, that's interesting. The one he hit for 6 in the first innings, right at the start of today's play, was the bowsy. He's waited for it again. A good Yorker, beautiful Yorker, equally as good as the one which defeated Robin Smith. They're just waiting to see if Ian Botham is coming out, but I wouldn't think there's any chance of that happening. It would be crazy to risk a finger injury in those circumstances where I think, to be fair, there is no chance at all of England saving the game. And so it proved. Ian Botham is marked down absent, hurt, no score, a total of 167. Mike Atherton caught and bowled Holmes 47, a good knock from a good young player, very promising. Still looks to me as though he plays a little bit across his pad, but that was an excellent effort today. And Eddie Hemming's second top score for the second time in the match. He made 35. The bowling figures for Australia, the wickets shared out there with 2 for Alderman, 2 for Lawson, 3 for Hughes and 2 for Holmes. It was a good effort from those players. They bowled out England for a second time, even though the innings didn't start until after the scheduled time of play, 1 wicket having to go down. That was Devon Malcolm. That is the result. Australia 602 for 6, defeated England 255 and 167. Australia won by an innings and 180 runs.